Okay, so I actually have a slight change of plans. My sander is broke right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the last video you guys saw, we tested out this new Porter cable air compressor and air nailers. You also heard me talk about a stand that was over there. It's not here right now because we actually just sold it last night, but I'll put a few pictures on the screen of what it looks like. But I'm going to be building one of those with my new air nailers. It'll be a really good way to completely test them out on a real project. So I think it's going to be a fun project. I enjoyed building the last one. I think I'm going to build it pretty much the exact same as what the other one was. So I'm going to be using these pallets right here. They're really thick and really nice boards actually. I'm not sure if you can see that, but they're very nice. So the first thing we need to do before we can get building is take these all apart. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is quite a mess in here. There's quite a bit of sawdust and just a bunch of stuff laying around. So there's not much room to take those apart yet. So I'm actually gonna clean up the shop a little bit and then I can get to taking it apart. Alright, so now that the shop is clean, I got the pallet that I'm going to be using here. I also have this big crowbar, or whatever you want to call that. That'll be nice to get in there and pry up on them. I also have this one too to get out some nails. Also have a hammer too, so it should work pretty good. Last time I did this with the big bar, worked out pretty good. I'm gonna put all the good pieces over here. And there we go, just like that. It is now taken apart. This should be plenty of wood to build with. I am gonna need some type of 2x4s though. So I think I'm gonna use these and figure out how to take these apart. But otherwise, I think I can get building now. So these are gonna be the legs. They were not as thick as I wanted them to be. So I took two and nailed them together with the 16 gauge nailer. This worked out great. These are 2 feet long, so that's about how high the stand's gonna be. These do need some sanding because they were just plain pallet wood. But otherwise, the nailer worked out great. So now let's continue building. So when you're doing this, you really want to be careful not to put your fingers anywhere right here when you're nailing. So when you're doing something like this, you want to use clamps or something to hold it together. That way you don't have to do this or something, because that is very bad. If the nail decides to curve out, it could hit you and hurt you pretty bad, and you definitely don't want that to happen. So I've never done anything like this before, so I'm keeping my hands away. Okay, I think that worked. I'll add a few more just for support. Okay, that part looks pretty good. Now I'll come over here. And again, you don't want your hand here, because that's bad. So you want to find a nice comfortable position. I'll probably just be over here, just because it's the safest. Okay, looks pretty good. You always want to take your time with this stuff because you don't want to get hurt. Add one more. Okay, seems like it worked pretty good. Now I can take the clamps off, add one more where the clamp is. Okay, I think that worked pretty good. So now I'll do the rest of the corners and this frame part will be done. Okay, so this part seems pretty sturdy. Now I can add on the legs and then we can do the top. So for this part, since I want these legs to be really strong, I'm going to use screws instead of the nails. Just because, especially with air nailers, they're not too strong, at least for this kind of stuff. So I'm going to use screws for this part. And also, here's what the screws look like. They're pretty long. It seems to help make them a lot stronger. And these are also the screws that I used on my last stand that I did that looked like this. So there we go. All the top boards are now cut. So all I have left to do is to nail them down. And I am going to be using the compressor and air nailers for that. So this should go a lot faster since we're using nails instead of screws. I won't have to screw every single one in, and the nailer will just pound them in super fast and quick. So we'll get to it. So again, I'm remembering to keep my fingers pretty far away. Since they're loose, I'm going to keep my fingers about right here, so it's far enough away. Safety is my #1 rule while woodworking, so definitely gotta make sure you want to keep all your fingers. There we go. I think it's done. That took only a few seconds to put all the nails in. If that was screws, it probably would have taken a lot longer. So I think it looks pretty good. It's not completely done yet. I still need to sand it, and I'm probably going to stain it the same color as the other one. So now I'll sand it. Okay, so I actually have a slight change of plans. My sander is broke right now, so I went to go put on a new belt right here, and I noticed there was this burnt plastic in here, and I also noticed this thing right here. So this is rubber that is supposed to go around this plastic right here, and that is what is gripping to the belt to spin it. So if I turn this on, this part right here is what spins, and that part up there doesn't spin. So this rubber part is supposed to go around this plastic part to grip it, but it broke off, and when I found it, it was jammed right in between here, so I had to yank it out. And my guess is it melted or something like that, because of all this burnt stuff in here. Something definitely got hot, and I'm guessing it is this. So that's not supposed to happen. So I'm gonna look and see if we have a warranty for this thing and see if we can get it fixed, because I actually just got the sander probably less than 2 years ago, so hopefully there's still a warranty. Otherwise, sanding is gonna have to wait for now, but we'll see. Alright guys, so it's a little while later, and we do not have a warranty on the belt sander, and even if we did, this is actually a little older than I thought, so the warranty probably wouldn't cover it anyway. We do have a friend of ours that has a woodworking station and has a belt sander. So we're going to contact her and see if we can use her belt sander. But that might be a while, so I'm actually going to end the video here. I'm also probably not going to be staining it, because I actually think the way the boards are patterned, it will look pretty cool once it's sanded and not stained. So after it's sanded, it's going to be 100% complete. So sanding usually isn't that too exciting anyway for videos. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this building video. This video was mainly intended to test out even more of the new compressor and the air nailers. In this video, I pretty much just used the 16 gauge nailer, and I really like it. It works so much better than pounding in nails or screwing screws in. Again, the nailers aren't incredibly strong, so don't expect it to hold up like houses or anything. Otherwise, I really like it. It works perfect for what I need it for. With that, I'm going to end the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.